All right.
Welcome back to All Ball Chicago. I'm your co-host Robert Bobby Reed. We got a guest on the show today, Emmett Lynch, and then we got your host, the legend, Marcus Liberty. What's up, Marcus?
What's up, my beautiful people, man? You know I'm in the building, man. I've got my shoes laced up real tight, man. We got a big one today, man. We're going to talk about Chicago King High School, man. I got my man Emmett Lynch, the gopher, the ball stealer. If you put the ball out in his face, in his place, he gonna take it from you, man. So Emmett, man, glad you can join us today, man. And I know you in the ATL. You got up out of Chicago, but you still, got love for Chicago. So welcome to All Ball Chicago, my brother.
No doubt, man. I appreciate y'all putting me on the call with y'all, man, with my boy Bleav and Bobby Reed. Yeah, I'm down here in the A. I've been down here for a couple of years, but, I'm repping Chicago forever, King basketball. So let's get into it.
That's what's up, man. Welcome to the show, Emmett Lynch, the Bron Killer. The Bron Killer.
So let's get it. I ain't the Bron Killer. KD is the Bron
Killer. No, you the Bron Killer if words could kill. Yeah. So, Liv, what's up, big baby, man? Let's get straight into it, man. King was dominant in the 80s and in the 90s, man. Y'all had a great run during that time, man. It's a lot of great players that come through there, so we have the opportunity to have your boy Emmett Lynch on there. So let's start off from the beginning, man. How'd you guys meet?
We met. I saw Marcus. We played Simeon in the city championship. That's the year when Ben was there in Bankston and Tracy Dildy. Simeon beat us that year. I think that was about 84?
Yep.
And I saw Liv, man, at Crane. And I was like, damn, who is that 6'8" dude, man, coming down on the break looking like magic? And by the time I got in the game, Crane was beating Simeon by about 25 points. And yeah, this was the Frost-Off championship. So I think they ended up winning by, what y'all win by, Liv, about 20, 30, something like that?
Man, Emmett, I never got caught up in scores, man, and how many points we beat them by, man. But I know we got them. We got them real good. I know that.
right. But yeah, Bob, that's how I met him. And I used to always talk to his brother Stretch. Stretch was already a king. So me and him had a pretty good relationship too. So, and after that, man, after Marcus and them won the city championship at Crane, the rest was history. He came with us.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's how I went.
So, but Emmett, you played with, some dogs, man. I mean,
yeah.
Talk about some of the players, man. Like, I know you just started talking about me a little bit, but talk about, the other guys that made that team like what it was. I think we only lost one game that year, right?
Yeah, we were 32-1.
That state, when we went on that state championship run. So let's talk about that season in 1986. What?
Yeah,
your mindset.
The 1986 team was, it was we had a mob, man. We had a mob. We had you, of course, Lavertus Robinson, Big Kevin, Cato, and rest in peace, my man David Weatherall. I mean, we had at every position, we were loaded, and everybody knew their job. We all knew what we had to do. And if anybody knows about King in 86, we only went 6 deep. David Weatherall was the only one coming off the bench. So we pretty much, man, we knew what we had to do. We knew who we were going to play. You know what I'm saying? It's not like now. We knew in 86 it was going to be King against Simeon. We already knew that. And what made us special, man, is because we not like with Tracy, like the team you had before, which I don't want to go off script, but the '85 team when you Chris Harris, they don't even know about, people don't even, they didn't get to really see that team. That was
a nice team.
Probably, I'm gonna just be honest with you, because okay, we the first city and state champions with King, but that team right there, man, I would have to say, man, even though it didn't go like it was supposed to go, that might have been the best. That might have been the best team ever at King. It could have been, but it was just, it wasn't. Everybody didn't gel together like we gelled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody didn't. Everybody didn't play the role that they had to play. And on our team, everybody, '86 team, everybody played their role. We knew we had the dogs down low. Me and Cato knew we had to take care of the guard situation. So that pretty much made it easy for us, man.
The '86 team?
Yeah, but I think
that was the team that beat Simeon, right?
Yeah, Simeon was ranked #1 in the nation when we beat them. They were undefeated.
Y'all beat them at the Pavilion that one game, right?
Yeah, we were 31-1. I mean, we were 31-1. No, we were 29-1, and I think they was like 30-0.
Yeah, yeah, and so but beating the team just to get down state within itself, man, was kind of hard to do, man, and because you got city kids, city teams battling each other to get to that state championship, or not even get to state championship, just to get to states, go play for downstate. So it's hard within himself, man, to play these teams like a Simeon High School. And I think I can remember Cox taking, I don't know if you went on that trip or not, Emmett, but he took us downstate the year Simeon won it with Ben Wilson and all those guys down there, because he wanted us, me and Lavertus, to see.
Yeah, I remember you and Lavertus went. I didn't.
Yeah, he wanted us to see. So he Coach Cox kind of knew what he was doing. He was like, let me let my two key players take a look at this, so they can get that vibe and that feeling from the arena. I know I looked at Lavertus and I said, we got to get down here.
Exactly.
We got to get down here.
Lavertus had them hops, right?
That was something.
Vertical. Oh yeah, man. Whew.
Vertical, man.
The only person I could say that we see, well, probably me and Marcus knew of, that was older than us, that could get up with Lavertus, was Joe Stiffen.
Okay.
Jump and jump.
That was it. I mean, Bobby, you knew who Flea was.
Right.
You knew who Lavertus was. So it was rough, man. And I remember the thing was, Cox told us that week before the game, he was like, look here, man, Marcus, Lavertus, Irvin, and Nick Anderson, y'all gonna pretty much X each other out. Y'all gonna get y'all, He told me and Cato, he said, Cato, Emmett, it's gonna be up to y'all. And all we heard, Bob, was nobody, and Liv will tell you, Kenny McReynolds, Taylor, nobody gave us a shot, bro.
Wow.
But we knew.
Bob didn't give us a shot, man. Bob didn't think he was gonna beat you.
I mean, I watched that game on TV, man. You talking about that year they beat Nick Anderson them, right? That was '86. Yeah. I watched that game on TV, man. That Cato, right? The point guard went crazy, man.
Yeah, he did.
That's what they said. That was his best game of his career. That game, right?
Hey,
Cato
had them ugly handles, man. He went crazy in that game, though.
Hey, if you ever go back and watch that game, the Isaiah Thomas these were his words. He was like, y'all talking about the Simeon guys. He said, Reggie King can go by me.
Yeah, he sure did.
That was his exact words.
Hey, look, man, I had never seen Cato on this. First of all, let me be honest, I had never heard of him. So until I saw him shaking and baking, and I'm like, who is this boy right here? I remember that game very vividly. He had, like I say, one of the best games, I've seen.
Oh, yeah, because you didn't, you wasn't with us. So we knew
Right.
what we had.
Right.
Now I'm not gonna lie. Deion Butler and Bleav will tell you that's our guy.
Right.
So I knew Deion before I knew Cato now. Marcus knew Deion before I knew Deion because they played together in grammar school. You know, I'm from the hundreds, they from the low end.
Right.
So we knew we could handle our business, but that game right there, bro, Cato went into a thing, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you just never
Yeah, he
know.
went.
You know, that was his opportunity to show the world who he was. Because
Yes.
quite naturally, you know, Earl Deion, he had already had the juice. You know, everybody knew who he was.
But
Everybody
Bob,
knew who Deion
but
Butler
Bob,
was.
but Bob, that goes back to what we was talking about earlier in our show when I said you get an opportunity to play in front of people, it's time to shine.
Yeah.
And Reginald King took advantage of that. Emmett took advantage of that. You know, you guys we were put on that big stage, and now you got to show up and show out. And those guys showed up and showed out. I mean, Emmett was playing great defense, and Reginald King was doing his thing, and of course, me and Lavertis was doing our thing, and then David Weatherwild was getting in, Kevin Williams, and on the Simeon side, vice versa. I mean, they were depending on those two guys to step up, the guards. You know, like Emmett was talking about how it was going me, Irvin, and Nick and Lavertis, we was going to all equal out. It was going to come down to the guard play. So that kind of gave Emmett and Cato that extra boost. Like, we got to come. We got to come.
Emmett, who did you have to guard? Allen Gordon?
Allen. Yeah, Allen. Yeah.
Flash?
I think they combined. Me and Cato probably combined for about 22. I think Allen and Deion combined for about 8. I think they got about 6 and 4 or 6 and something like that. The thing was, it was like Marcus and Lavertis, and they already knew what everybody. They knew what they could do, and the city knew what they could do. Everybody knew what they could do, but everybody didn't know about me and Cato. See, the thing was, it wasn't that Simeon was better than King. It was Simeon guards were better than King guards. Right. And that's why Cox just kept drilling it every day.
Tell me, how personal was that, though? You know, King, Simeon, 2 mega schools, 2 meccas of Chicago back then in the 80s, trying to define who was the best. You know, that had to be a personal thing there. And so going into that game, you guys played with a ferocity, you know, like y'all was not leaving without that game. Talk about that, man. What was you guys thinking going in?
Okay, like I say, our thought process was, man, Allen Gordon and Deion, we gotta take care of our business. That's what me and Cato talked about. And it was just no way we couldn't come back to our school losing that game, man, because we you know what I'm saying? It was our time. It was our time, bro. They had Nick, we had Marcus, they had Irvin, we had Lavertis. We had our guards, they had their guards. And it was like me and Deion were great friends. I remember I used to wear this is a true story. I wore Deion, Marcus will tell you, I wore Deion jacket. We switched jackets before. Okay. He had my King jacket, I had a Simeon jacket. When they came to playoff time, you know what Cox said? It's time for you to turn that jacket back. Take that jacket back. Because we were that tight. You know.
You was wearing a Simeon jacket up to King?
Yeah, I wore it a few times. You know, Deion was my man. Earl was my guy. And I still talk to Deion a couple of times a month right now, today.
That's good, man. That's that brotherhood.
Yeah, that's the brotherhood. But at that point, you remember when you know how Magic and Isaiah was.
Right.
You remember when Isaiah came in for that layup and Magic elbowed him? Yeah, so it was personal, but it didn't have nothing to do with Allen Gordon or Deion Butler. It just had something to do with the media because they weren't giving us a chance. Simeon never talked trash to us. We had a mutual respect for each other. But you know how it is to be an underdog, Rob.
Right.
So, of course, we were more hungrier than them right then because they had all the accolades. We hadn't had a championship. Simeon already had a state and 2 championship cities. We had nothing. So it was like,
no. Boy.
Yeah, it was like, look, man, we finna win this game, or we just finna drop out. We ain't going back to school no more.
Y'all gonna drop.
Oh yeah, man, we couldn't lose that game, man. Our school, they were behind us, bro. But everybody else, like you, Bob, was against us.
Well, I was at Simeon, though.
I know you was, right? You were supposed to be, right?
I was going with them.
That was good rivalry. Like, I mean, people made it that. People made it that. It wasn't really like us because we had love, you know, for both like programs. Like I hung out with Nick Anderson. I hung out with Dion. Irvin Small. So those guys were like our friends, but both teams know once you lace those shoes up, man, you don't have any friends, you know? So we were going out there competing, man. And I think that's what's missing today in high school, especially Chicago high school basketball. A lot of these guys stay friends on the court, you know, like, man, I'm gonna let you score, you score. No, we trying to lock each other up. We ain't trying to let anybody score. So I think the big difference from us back then was we actually competed. I mean, we was like, we ain't trying to lose this game. I mean, Cox was using all type of things to motivate us. Like they already booked their hotel downstate.
And I remember that.
Just trying to get us to go out there and compete and do what we need to do to win those games, man. And we went down. Once whoever won the city championship, we already knew that was going to probably be the team that won the state championship. So whether that was us or Simeon that went down state, was probably going to be the one that win the state championship.
That's true. But Marcus, remember this. We were so pumped against Simeon. It felt like we already had won the state. We went down there, Rob. We were down 1 with 2 seconds left.
Dang.
In the first game, David Weatherall hit the shot to win the game.
Ooh, Lord. Y'all was
we were down 1 to Evanston. We were down 1 to Evanston by 2 points, bro. By 1 point, we were down.
It was just our time. It was our time.
Everything lined up perfectly, right?
Yeah. And even when we played Kendall and them in the state championship, they were up on us by about 11 or 12 points, bro. And you know what their coach did? He went into like a stall game.
He started holding that ball, right?
Yeah,
because check this
ahead,
out, Emmett. They couldn't like they had athletes too, man. Like
yeah, they did.
You know, and I think what they coach was doing kind of messed them up because they had super athletes. You know, Kendall was an athlete. Bobby was the point guard. Kendall brother Keith was a beast. So it kind of like, you know, washed it out, and then it was like whoever gonna play the best defense is gonna win the game now. You know, because you were stalling, and then we started going into our traps, and they started turning the ball over. We started getting buckets.
Turning the ball over.
And now
that's why I was going with it.
And now you got a ball
they
game.
messed up. Yeah, the coach messed them up. Coach messed them up.
Yeah. So,
but
man.
everything aligned well for us, Bob. And like Marcus would tell you, we lost to Rock Island that year. Marcus, Lavertis, Cato, Kevin, and David Weatherall fouled out.
What? They fouled out 4 players? Oh man, you know that was a home.
They fouled.
That was some home cooking, wasn't it?
No doubt.
The coach name was what was the coach name there? Duncan Reed, because he had a son. Yes, Duncan Reed. And hey, listen, man, they shot
just like Bobby Reed.
Yeah, it was Bobby Reed. That was your uncle, Bob. That was your uncle. Man. They shot over 35 free throws, Bob. People don't even know that. Because you know, when you go to away games, sometimes people don't follow you. We were at Rock Island. We lost by 1 point, bro. And they shot 35 free throws.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Yeah.
We talk about that disparity in the whistle most games when we watch those games.
Yeah.
And not to go piggyback, but what happened to Javon and them against Ohio State. But they shot 38 free throws, Marcus, and y'all shot 10? Or was it something like that?
What game you talking about, Bob?
No, y'all lost to what was that game that Javon and them lost to, and that team shot 28 free? Oh, Loyola, when they went down to Loyola.
Yeah.
They shot 30 free throws. Y'all shot 10.
Yeah, some refs that's one thing the Cox taught us too. Like whenever we went to tournaments, like Proviso West tournaments when you go on to play the the European, the white schools, it's like jump on them, get it over by halftime.
It got to be over with, because if they
It
have to
gotta
make
be over by halftime.
make the decision,
Yeah.
it's over, right?
Yeah, because it's like in that Rock Island game, Bob, with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, they win the penalty for the rest of the game.
Wow.
They win the penalty. They if they scored 50 points, 35 of them was free throws. And that's how they beat us. Because we were supposed to be, think about this. If we beat Simeon and Rich Central, how in the hell did we lose to Rock Island?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a home job, bro. It was a home job. Both of us were supposed to be coming into that game undefeated.
Right.
Wow.
Well, I think King, we did our thing, right? But I want to talk about Chicago basketball, man. And Emmett, you can help with this because you have a kid, son that plays basketball, and some other guys that left the state. Why is it that our guys, or our great players are leaving the state to go play at different states and do their thing and become McDonald All-Americans? And why is it that they leave in the state? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I'm gonna just keep it 100 on here because that's the only way I'm gonna be. These other West Coast ball, East Coast ball, they play better system ball. Chicago is just based on one-on-one. That's how really they promote. They promote one-on-one.
Kill your man. Get the ball and kill your man. That's what they be
Get
on.
the ball and kill your man. Now, one thing I could say, Bob, as far as even with the AAU, with certain teams, I'm not going to say certain teams, but, we all know who we talking about. They're going to, if you're a star, they're going to showcase you. They're going to make sure you get your shots up instead of making the team, everybody get what they got coming to them. Because we got, prime example, we have a Namari Burnett from Morgan Park. He's a McDonald's All-American. Now, we have an Adam Miller at Morgan Park. He's not a McDonald's All-American. You have a DJ Stewart. He made it. But a lot of people are, they want to go to a system, bro. Right. And that's why they leaving, bro. That's why they leaving.
So you're saying that's why, so in other words, you're saying the coaching culture in Chicago is a little bit different than other states. Chicago highlights that key player, and that's it. And then when they go play in different states, you just said your guy Damari plays in California. I think is it Prolific Prep?
Yeah, Prolific Prep.
Yeah, he plays for them, and they give him a little bit more teaching, maybe a little bit more teaching and structure of how to be a team player, so to speak, right? So, and that's not to say that Chicago guys don't do that. It's just they go about, this is how we gonna do it. This is my guy. I'm letting him do his thing, And
you see it when you just think about this, Lip. Go ahead.
And I think when you do that, you're not really preparing them for college, because college 9 times out of 10 already have their superstar. unless you a McDonald top 5 player in the country, you're gonna go in and do your thing. Like when I played, I was the #1 player in the country, and I had to sit on the bench, man, and wait till my turn.
Exactly.
I think
Hey, that'll get the wrong damn school. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Just kidding.
you can say that, Bob, but I think I made the right
it was a good
choice
school. It was a good school.
as far as playing with some dogs. But as far as the system, Illinois, probably wasn't the right system for me.
Right.
But playing with my boys,
right.
playing with my boys, man, I'd do it all over again to play with them boys. But Syracuse, we all know Syracuse was the best fit for me.
No
as far
doubt.
as
No
I mean, that's
doubt.
just, I mean, that's
No
we speaking 30 years later. So I mean,
Right.
you can be honest about that part and say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Illinois, you
Yep.
can't argue with that. You had
Right.
the best of both worlds, your boys, and then you was right up the street.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, but to do it all over again, you're talking about LeBron James type of
I'd have been one
popularity,
and
bro.
done, dude. It would have been one and done.
Oh yeah.
You'd have got that mug, man. I could imagine you on the break in Syracuse with that boy.
Right.
No. First of all, if it was like that back then, you would have just went straight out of high school. It was
Exactly.
LeBron didn't have to go to college, so you would have just went straight.
He probably could have
Straight out.
pulled it. He probably could have pulled it back then, man.
I know, but
ain't
nobody,
ain't no probably to it.
but nobody wasn't really talking about it like they were
Yeah.
when
It
Kevin
wasn't being
Garnett
discussed like it is
when
later
Kevin
now,
Garnett
right?
did his thing. Kevin Garnett was the first one in that era to say, you know what, I'm out of here.
How far was he behind you? 6, 7 years, maybe?
Oh yeah, man. Shoot,
Yeah,
I was,
about 8. I think
8?
Garnett 95, right?
yeah, I came out in '87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
wasn't popular then, man. But Lord knows,
it wasn't, man.
Daryl Dawkins and Henry Bibby did it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Definitely. I think Moses Malone did it too.
Yeah, Moses did it. Moses might have been the first.
Yeah.
Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins and Henry Bibby. Them the only ones that I heard, right?
Yeah.
All right, now let me ask you this.
Okay.
This is what I never knew. Where did Sean Kemp go to high school at? I mean, college at?
He signed with Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did not play, right? He did not play. And I think
Did he go out of high school?
Yeah, he decommitted or something. Something happened to the fact
Yeah, something happened with
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had committed. I know he like verbally committed to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And then he of course ended up going to the league, and the rest is history. The Rain Man.
Mm-hmm.
Rain Man. But Bob, me and Bob was talking about how Chicago basketball, some of these kids don't get the fair chances to make it because of what you just said. I mean, they may highlight somebody that they think is the man, but then they really got somebody that is the man, and you're not letting them shine.
Exactly. And you can see in it. I don't know if you follow Bob. Do you follow the EYBL?
Nah, not like I should, man.
Man. I'm just be honest. The times that I went, man, we be getting served, man.
Yeah, I know last year. The AAU teams went down there and lost every game.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So now you see where. Now I love all our coaches up there. That's just the way that they do things. I don't have nothing against nobody, but you have to. Numbers don't lie. When you going to play the East Coast, when you going to play the West Coast, you're losing.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't no Illinois teams. When the last time you heard the Illinois team winning the EYBL or being
the Peace Jam?
Yeah, or stuff like that, or
or Bigfoot, or the 548 in Vegas.
Yeah. When have you? I mean, you don't see it, so I mean, and then I got a couple of more partners whose son left. I got a guy named Michael Price. His son left. He in California. You'll be he gonna be class of 2023. You'll hear about him. So Sam Mack's son left. Sebastian Mack lived. He the #1 player in the state
On the
down
West
there,
Coast.
right?
On the West Coast.
Yeah, freshman. Sam Mack's son down there killing them.
Well, it's a high
And
school down there?
yeah, here in Las
Nevada.
Vegas.
Oh, here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and then you got to think of this shit. The prize in 2022, I heard they going back to letting people go straight in, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, they should.
You got the guy Mari Bailey from Chicago.
Right.
He's not going to college. College ain't gonna have nothing for him.
Yeah, he's
you understand? You see the people that's. There's no way they're supposed to be leaving our state, Bob. There's no way.
Well, yeah, it's just not enough to go around here. And like I was telling somebody, I had mentioned it on Facebook. I had posted with Amari, Namari, and DJ Stewart and Adam Miller, and I was just saying, do you think that Namari would have become a McDonald All-American had he stayed at Morgan Park? And I said I didn't think that he would have, because we don't get that exposure up here like they do in California, especially at a school like Prolific Prep.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You get to shine more. I mean, it's a possibility. Like you say, it's a possibility. But if I had to gamble on it, I would say no, just like you said no. But when you playing on the West Coast ball, I can't say I can't say that the program is better. But because Morgan Park, Simeon, Whitney Young, they play national schedules too.
Right.
So they get their shot at who they need to get their shot at too.
Right.
But it's like with Namari, he's a born shooter, man. He that's like he picked the right high school to go to, and now he done picked the right college to go to.
He went to pick the right prep school. He picked the right at the right time. Won the state championship as a freshman. Wow. Left after his freshman year and went down there, man. And the rest been history.
Yeah, and you remember Ayo had got hurt.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
I was at the game. Ayo damn near broke his ankle. Namari Burnett had 24 points, bro. As a freshman,
been firing that boy, right?
Yeah. They were they were down 11 in the second half. I was at the game. Man, he was. That's all I could do is laugh. He was putting it up, bro. I'm talking about for one thing. He always been, even through at Beasley, he always been a clutch player, bro.
Right.
That's something that he has that a lot of players don't. He got the balls, bro. He got the balls,
man.
And that's unlike LeBron, he got the ball. He not gonna be passing it to a center, Bob. He's not gonna be passing it to JaVale McGee for a 3-point play. He's not gonna be doing that.
But Emmett, me and Bob talked about that too before. Like LeBron James, when he was a little kid, probably playing basketball, somebody taught him, if you see somebody open, that's the guy you pass to. Not knowing that LeBron, you the star player, people, coming to see you take that last shot. But I think it's just been in his DNA, man. That's the type of player he is. So, I mean, do we want to see LeBron be that alpha, that dog, like that? Yeah.
Well, he actually did it, but he actually did it last weekend now, fellas. Come on now. He made a clean sweep last weekend.
Well, yeah, he did. But when he fails is in June.
I'm not gonna agree with you.
So after the corona, let me tell you something. I'm gonna just say this: you can never. I mean, me and you know, everybody know on this phone who the GOAT is. We know Jordan is the GOAT.
I don't know now. They say Jabbar.
You know what? I couldn't argue with that. I wouldn't argue with that. But I'm gonna just say this: you can never be the GOAT if you have a losing record when it counts. You cannot be. You can't say I'm the GOAT and you're 3-6 in the final.
But you can't say he the GOAT of his era though. Because we ain't putting him over Michael and them. I'm not putting him over Kobe. I'm not putting him over.
Okay, all right. So me and you, we will never argue again.
Yeah, no.
First time you done told me that.
I would never put him over Michael and Kobe. Never.
Okay.
I named my son Kobe.
But Bob, you said not what era you put him in then?
I'm putting in that post-Kobe era kind of like once Kobe left. Remember when Kobe got hurt
so
them
you
last
said,
3 years? Remember Kobe was hurt the last 3-4 years.
No. I say what he's saying, Liv. Bobby, I would have to agree with him. From 2010 to 2020, that was LeBron.
Yeah, because Kobe was hurt.
That's LeBron.
Because when did Kobe retire?
So are you putting Kevin Durant in this era?
Kevin Durant's shaving on in there at the end of that, though, because he went over there to that powerhouse over there. Liv, we could have brought you off that couch over there and went to Golden State and won it.
Hey, but Bobby.
At 50,
Bobby.
man.
Hey, it's true, but let me explain something to you. Everybody just follow LeBron's blueprint. You went with Bosh and Wade. He went with the light skin, the Splash Brothers. See all that. See. This is what people get derailed at. Draymond Green is a bum. You see it. Just think about this. What is he averaging and what is he doing now?
You're right.
He's just an average player.
At best.
Right, an 8, 5 guy. But when you have those other guys over there, that's how he's getting open. So they like, when he went over there with 3 all. Nah, bro, he went over there with 2.
He went with 2. Yeah, it was definitely. I mean,
Steph Curry and LeBron had 2.
Yeah, I mean, so he played. What did he have? Kyrie, and then he was with D Wade.
Kevin Love.
But I'm just saying, but you throw KD over there with Golden State. You talking about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I ain't never missing in Draymond. You talking about that's killing fields. You're not winning none of those games. If he wouldn't have got hurt, they'd have beat them this year. They'd have won it this year.
Swept them.
They don't want it. Who can guard KD? They had no answer for KD. LeBron can't guard KD. He can't. So yeah.
Vice versa.
What do y'all think that's gonna happen with them over there in New Jersey? I don't want to switch subjects, but what you think is gonna happen over there? Not in Jersey. Where they in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, man. Brooklyn.
What you think, Liv? I think it's gonna be interesting.
Well,
I mean, we gotta see.
I mean, no matter how you call it, man, if KD comes back healthy and Kyrie comes back healthy, those two can play with each other.
They're the favorites.
Yeah, they can play with each other, man.
In the East.
And I think that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna watch everybody not talking about Kevin Durant no more. They all about, now.
Kawhi and the King, yeah.
Kawhi, yeah, Leonard and all these other players. When it's all said and done, Kevin Durant is going to have a chip on his shoulder that I'm going to prove everybody that I can get my own team, me and Kyrie, and we can do our thing and win a championship.
Can I ask you something, though, man?
They're missing a couple of pieces.
But have you ever seen anybody come back from the kiss of death?
Who came out strong? Who came back strong? Dominique Wilkins.
Okay.
I mean, Kobe Bryant came back.
Yeah, Kobe came back.
He scored 60 points in the game.
He still was averaging 30, but
with the
he
didn't win it no more.
The technology though they have, man, is crazy, dude. It's like, and the way they rehab now is totally different back then too.
Bob, I know you wish your bad luck on him, but it ain't gonna happen. Hey, you ready?
I just never seen anybody come back from that Achilles like killer, like kill,
But the game is so. See, it's like certain people after Achilles injury. It depends on how you play.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy for him. It's effortless. It's effortlessly for him because you got to think. He's 7 feet and one of the top 3 shooters in the league. How do you stop that?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, we don't want you to do that much work down here dribbling, go on the post. Who's going to stick him on the post? Shit, I take him on the post, right? He's the most dangerous nigga on the post now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Who's going to stick him?
It's going to be interesting to see him and Kyrie coexist because nobody saw that coming, them two joining up. Nobody saw that.
But them two. The only people knew was them.
And they were like, we go pull a LeBron. Let's go play together. But they says LeBron has influenced this generation to take control of their brand. Can you speak to that though, Mr. Lynch?
And that's what I was going to say. Like, we don't get mad when general managers make these top choices, build these super teams. But when the players get amongst each other, we have an issue.
We got a problem.
LeBron did this, or LeBron made this super team. But you got to think, man, it's a lot of top, like even with the Lakers. I mean, they had Karl Malone at one time. They had Shaq. They had Gary Payton. I mean, come on, man. That was a super team.
Man, Boston Celtics was a super team every year. And
but they drafted.
You know what?
Back in the 80s. I'm talking about in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. But the super teams like Bleav talking about, go ahead, Bobby, with Karl Malone, and I really don't count that as a super team because they were in their 15th or 16th, 17th year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Kobe was
everybody else
going through
when
the
LeBron
case.
left. Yeah, when LeBron left, he was in the 7th.
Right.
You know, when KD left, he probably was in his 7th. You know, so they made super teams.
Right. But you know, I know those older guys. I know they wish they would have made those. I know they wish they would have left. Some of them, especially that stayed on teams and they kept losing. And then at the end of their career, they wake up. And then at the end, you wake up, but you wake up the next morning and you've been traded.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
No, you're right, Bob. You're right.
So it's like, man, it's like Bleav. We were just saying how these guys, man, like let's just say Charles Barkley, he stayed loyal to Philly forever. Let's think if Charles Barkley would have came and played for Chicago with Michael. They was boys. You know what I'm saying?
But
and they wouldn't have had to give up much because Pip wasn't making that much.
But their mindset wasn't like that. Their mindset was like, I'm gonna beat you.
Right.
Yeah, because you heard what Jordan said. I would never play with Magic or Bird. Never.
Right.
So that's what I said. Back then,
I wanted to beat him.
So back then, the mindset of the players were, I'd rather beat you than to join you.
Right.
That was the mindset. But if the general managers trade you, you don't have any say-so on that. So now the players kind of have the power to say, you know what? I've been hanging out with Chris Bosh and D-Wade every summer, man. We go kick it. And if we could have got Chris Paul, we'd have did that too, and Melo, because we all hang out together. But, the salary cap wouldn't let that all happen. So, you get 3 guys, top guys, and understand the salary cap and how you can maneuver and how you can make everybody happy, make a little money, and then we reward whoever at the end, So that's how they was doing it, man, when LeBron made that decision to say, you know what, let's build this super team and let's go from there. Everybody. I don't think
KG and Ray and them did it. KG, they was on the
but
Ray Allen,
like I said,
and them boys was on the last of their career.
Celtic.
Yeah.
All of them were in their 12th and 13th. It was pretty much almost the end.
Yeah, but none of them had won it. But none of them had won it.
No. No, I'm just saying LeBron and them did it in their prime. But KG, like you say, the one thing that you did say that was right, like a Barkley or a Karl Malone when he tried to do it, Barkley, if he could do it all over again, he probably would have wanted to go play with Jordan.
Yeah, because look, he left and went to play with the King, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Him and Pip, because wasn't Pip over there with them?
No, Pip was over there with Portland.
Pip came later. He was in Portland.
He was in Portland with Drexler and them. Okay. But I just thought Pip was in Houston.
He went to Houston too, I think.
Yeah, he did. That was his first stop.
Yeah, because I know he went over to Portland with Rasheed and Barnesy and all of them. That's the year, bro. They had the Lakers, man, dog.
I think Steve Smith was on that team too.
He was. He killed them, bro. They was up 15 in the 4th. I remember.
Yeah, I remember that, man. They just stopped. They said they stopped being aggressive, and that just goes to show you how no matter how good you are, if you don't keep your foot on the pedal, you can lose. And they took their foot off the pedal.
The pedal to the metal. They did.
But they didn't have, and they also that and I don't want to. I'm not as slight as Scottie Pippen. That just goes to show you that he wasn't a closer.
No, he wasn't, because he was the veteran on the team that's supposed to took them to the title.
That's why you get to always say Mike was the man, because Pip was his tag team buddy.
But Scotty got his opportunity when he was at the Bulls when Mike was gone. That was your team.
That was your team.
Yeah.
But they said
one thing I could say, that Hugh Hollins, that call, that foul against the Knicks, they was going to the finals that year.
Yeah, that would have been crazy, man, if they'd have won that.
They were going. They were going.
Yeah, that was crazy.
They were going.
That was an exciting season, man. But everybody
wanted
Patrick Ewing them, and they wanted it was more money involved there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bet if you go back and check, it had something to do with money on that. Because you had Patrick Ewing and then came Elijah Wan.
Right. The Bulls wouldn't have been a better draw than the Knicks that year.
No,
they wouldn't have.
No,
I wouldn't lie to you. They didn't want to see the Bulls there.
Just like if they would have let this season play out. As much as I think the Clippers is a better team, they want to see the Greek freaking LeBron in the finals, dude.
I mean, look, this is what I'm going to say. I do not want the Lakers to make the finals, but all of this, the events that happened with Kobe and everything, is like you say, it was lined up for us. It's lined up for them.
Right.
They going.
And that's if we can get
and
back to it.
And they're going to make sure they go. The league is going to make sure they go. Yeah.
That's if we can get back to it.
We're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to it.
What we looking like on time, Mr. Liberty?
Man, I think it's time for us to shut it down, man. But I think we should do this again. Definitely, Emmett, you're more than welcome to join us, man, when we be, chopping it up. We be talking about all type of topics, man, and subjects. So,
that's cool. I ain't really got nothing to do. I'm going to get my son set me up on that laptop. I'm going to get him to set up everything for me.
Yeah, man.
Because I ain't that much computer literate, but I'll get on there.
And maybe we can get your boy on, man, Damari's son, dad.
Oh, yeah. That ain't no problem.
Let him talk a little bit. And, man, it's sad, man. I hope they still have the McDonald All-American game, man, because we know with this coronavirus, you just never know. They might cancel that, too.
It's canceled.
Because it's supposed to be the 24th in Atlanta. 24th, 25th,
it's canceled.
Right?
Yeah, it's not in Atlanta, though.
Houston.
Oh, it's in Houston this year?
Yeah, they moved it.
Yeah, they moved it, Bob. They moved it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I know Chicago had a good run with it, but then attendance dropped off. And then they took it to Atlanta, which is fair, man. They should let every city feel that.
Yeah,
that's how it was. That's how it was when I played. I mean, every city.
Y'all played in Jersey, though, Liv. I remember y'all thing.
No, we was in Philly.
Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia. Right. I think it was East Coast.
At the Spectrum.
At the Spectrum, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good experience for all these kids, man,
So I just hope, man, that we can get a grip on what's going on with this coronavirus, man. And these kids, man, they fought hard to be McDonald Americans, man.
And that's what my son Eric said. He was like, Dad, how do you think those guys feel and they work their tails off to be a McDonald's All-American and they're going to cancel the game?
Yep.
I was like, that's a rough, tough pill to swallow. But I said one thing, even though they don't get to play in the game, they'll be in the history book still.
Right.
Yeah, but that game will eventually be played. You can put my word on that, and we're going to get ready to get up out of here. Liv, is there anything you want to leave with the people? I'm your co-host, Robert Bobby Reed. We had the great Emmett Lynch on today to kick it with us. Marcus Liberty, what we on, big baby?
Man, dude, it's time for me to unlace them black and gold dunks.
We up out of here, man. Appreciate you, Emmett, man, for coming on. Liv, we up out of here, baby.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.